everybody, welcome to First World Problems, the podcast, here on LegoMyGregO TV. I'm your host, LegoMyGregO. I'm not doing that fucking voice. I'm joined by two guests this week. I'm here with my old acquaintance, Cane. He's here, joining us again. If a car runs into this podcast and hits me, I'm gonna kill you.
It will be my doing.
And Grimm is back with us, as she is, she's Zombie Kitty Grimm. She's Zombie Kitty Grimm, and I am Dracula Superman, and I have a cat.
And I'm college debt.
He is the millennial hipster that the old people like to yell at us about. So, that's something. So, welcome, guys. Thanks for coming this week. Thanks for being here on Halloween.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yes. Cane, Grimm, we'll talk. We heard about your candles and your loveliness. And your oh my god, that face is a button nose. Nice. Cane, tell us a little about yourself.
No button nose for me?
No. You have a giant nose.
Fuck off.
Your nose is the size of a fist.
I'll come pet your face if you really, really like.
I think I'd like the opportunity, but I will pass on this one.
Cane, tell us a little about yourself. What do you do? Who are you?
I'm no one. That's about it.
Oh, well, short intro topic.
I work at a hospital.
Saving lives every day, I take it?
No, I walk a trash route. Yeah, it's actually as depressing as it sounds.
Nothing but laughs here on First World Problems, the podcast.
Oh!
Yeah, every day is happy.
Of course.
It's like Ruby Chibi. Oh my god, First World Problems, the podcast, Chibi. The Chibi podcast.
The Chibi podcast, do we get like Chibi characters?
Yes. Who can
My
do that?
nose is still going to be like 5 feet long.
Oh my god, yes. We are so doing this. We're going to do, First World Problems, the Chibi podcast.
Please don't do it.
No, we're doing this now.
How do we go back chibi? How to chibi?
Okay, I couldn't hear what you said for a second.
How to chibi? So you take any sort of anime, cartoon, even real life thing, and you condense it down into small figurines that are probably maybe 1/5 of their original size, and you have the same plot.
I
It's
know
just
what
more...
a chibi is. I mean, how to do.
How to do Chibi?
How to
Yes.
do chibi?
How to become.
I don't know. Hey, how do you chibi?
Internet, tell us. How do you Chibi?
Okay.
Alright. And now we will loudly speak about how much we love Halloween. Because today on First World Problems, the podcast, our topics are all Halloween related. We have 3 amazing guests, 3 amazing topics. No, 2 amazing. I'm pretty amazing, I think. I'm Dracula Superman this year.
That's a
Halloween,
no
bitch.
for me.
Get fucked, Cane. Get fucked in the dick. I want someone to cram their genitals into your genitals.
This is turning into a whole different podcast. Okay, anyways, back to the Halloween.
That's right, everybody. So if you didn't know how First World Problems, the podcast, works, each and every week we sit down and we talk. Our world is full of so much turmoil. There's wars and famine and disease and death and natural disaster everywhere that needs to be dealt with.
And so in talking about the important things like those, we decided to talk about Halloween, which is personally my favorite holiday.
Well, did you guys know Belgium does not have Halloween?
Yep, Harley told us about that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Belgium does not have Halloween. She said they did Halloween, they didn't do trick-or-treating, though.
They don't have trick-or-treating. They don't have, little kids who dress up. And
Well, I would
go
imagine
door.
the idea of strangers giving candy out to my children would be strange on any other day other than Halloween. And it's still a huge problem today. Like, people actually poison and put things that should not be in candy.
Oh, speaking of, are we giving out the candy to the kids?
So we need to go buy candy when we get done with this podcast. What was I doing? I was entering the first topic. Right.
I'm a beautiful sidetrack.
I hate you so much. I regret having you on this podcast so much.
Alright, thank you all for watching. No, I'm just
Get your ass down.
It was a joke. It was a joke. Anyways.
God damn it, Katie.
So,
First World Problems podcast. Real world problems are real world and we talked about. But instead, we want to talk about things like how old, what is the appropriate age to no longer be allowed to trick or treat? Personally, when I was 10 or 11 years old, I hit puberty very early. I hit 6'2" in 5th grade and then just stopped. I went out on my own and I was super excited. I was some weird generic superhero because I was a fucking kid who wanted to do whatever I wanted to do. Oh no, I was Mickey Mouse from Fantasia. That's what I was.
oh.
I had the red cloak. I used my red cloak as a Mickey Mouse thing. That's what I was. But 4 houses in a row asked me if I'm too old to go trick-or-treating. 2 of those houses denied me candy, and then I went home crying half an hour into Halloween. So my question to you guys is, at what age is it no longer appropriate to go trick-or-treating? And is it right to essentially cock-block kids from candy?
So honestly, very generic answer, honestly. I think it's the legal age that you can turn an adult. And that actually depends on your state, too. Wherever the hell you're watching this from, it doesn't matter. Whatever age you can make your own doctor's appointments, you're probably too old for trick-or-treating. I don't think, so where we live, it's 18, I would assume it's probably 18 in most places, but I think there are a couple that don't.
Use your words like a big boy.
Thank you. That don't actually identify somebody as a legal adult until like the age of 21 or someplace. I think there's even a place that says when you're 16 you're a legal adult. So I think up until whatever age your state says that you are a legal adult, you should be able to go trick-or-treating for it. Why not? It's a fun fucking time. It's a great holiday. People dress up, get candy. Very dangerous still, but I think like, okay, personally, so here, it'd be 18.
Okay, cool. Good answer.
With me, Halloween is a very personal issue. I love Halloween. I love dressing up. I love getting to go out. I love candy. And I love getting to see everyone else, whether they're, a little tiny kid dressed as a bumblebee, or, oh my god, that is an amazing zombie. What did you do to get there? Oh wait, that's natural zombie.
Bath salts. Lots of bath salts. Kill it with fire.
Wacky college days.
Oh.
And I'm 19, by the way. I haven't even went through college yet.
Yeah, I went through 2 semesters. It's not all it's cracked up to be.
I'd have to go. Anyways, back on track.
With Halloween and age, I view it as, you could be out doing so much worse. You could be out doing drugs. You could be out, drinking illegally. You could be out vandalizing things. So
All 3 of my favorite activities.
I tagged you for
He's a troublemaker, that
Rebel.
Cane. A rebel. Let's go TP Darian's house later.
I think that could be a plan.
right across.
Yeah. Let's do it. Go ahead.
He's
Sorry.
gonna watch this and be like, what the?
He doesn't watch my videos.
He'll watch this one. This is the only one.
Or Selena will. Instead of an angry text from Darian, I'll get a Dorian kicked in by an angry pregnant lady.
Oh, hormones, dude. Maybe, you know what, on second thought,
Selena-
she might kill you.
Selena beat me up with a broom once for making fun of Darian. We were freshmen in high school, and I think I made a tiny penis joke. And she beat me with a broom and broke the broom over my pelvis.
I guess it wasn't true, or maybe it was true, and she felt attacked.
I'm not confirming nor denying.
That's
this
for
thing.
you to decide.
I'm sorry, Grim, go ahead.
You're fine. Well, I guess I just look at it as if you are old enough to drink, then you shouldn't be trick-or-treating. So if you can trade that Snickers bar for a Snickers on the rocks with a little bit of vodka, then
Smooth transition. I like
yeah.
that.
I want a Snickers on the rocks. I don't know what it is, but I want it.
And if it's not a thing, it should be a thing.
Okay, Snickers on the
Oh,
rocks.
it is
What
a
will we
thing.
need?
I
So,
can make that for you.
Snickers on the rocks?
Too young.
Technically, yeah.
Well, we will take you trick-or-treating, and then we will have
I'm 19.
Snickers on
I'm
the rocks.
past the legal age, so I don't.
You're only 19?
Yeah.
Get out of my podcast!
Well,
Have your
we
balls
are
even dropped yet?
discussing it. This is what we're discussing.
You asked me this. I have a deeper voice than you do.
How old is too old to drink? Or how old is too old to candy?
To candy?
To candy. See, drink is an infinite number because it starts from 21 and never stops.
Probably drives you into your grave, at least as far as I'm concerned.
So,
Well, liquor might not drive me into my grave. The car I'm driving while
Right.
liquored up might.
you're not allowed to have a Snickers on the rocks. So, wouldn't you rather just go out and get Snickers?
Yeah, but I'd also just buy it from the store.
That was a
because
smooth-ass transition. I will
That's
say that.
sad.
That was a smooth...
See, that's very sad.
It's
Where's the fun in going and buying your own candy when you can go door to door and have people hand you the candy?
I don't know. I'm that guy that every November 1st, every single day, I'm the guy hitting the clearance aisle and paying $15 for 15 pounds
Well,
of candy.
That's a fair
My
point.
good sir.
I think that needs to be a
It
holiday.
is October 31st, not November 1st. We're talking about the 31st.
Fair point.
Well, I just go bag snatching or something. But only to Edward. Only to my nephew.
And this is why you are a terrible person, and Edward is going to take your place.
Yeah, you see, what you do is you actually, like, I have 2 little sisters, so I have a 13-year-old and an or 8-year-old sister. I almost said 18.
I'd say Braylon's that old already? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she just shot past Alicia. So
like
what you do is you just filter
disease.
out all the bad candy. And by bad candy, I mean the things that I want. That's usually how that works.
Yeah, I mean, get your Snickers, your Twix, your Reese's Peanut Butter Cups,
But
your
even-
Reese's Crisp, your Reese's Pieces.
Anything
your-
Reese's.
Yeah, I love Reese's. Why isn't there a Reese's? Oh, I guess Reese's Twix. Reese's Crisp are the closest to Reese's Twix we've got.
So it's not that I won't go out and like go trick or treating per se. I'm just not going to be going door to door asking for candy. That's I just don't think that's for me anymore. But I will certainly go out with my 13-year-old sister, my 8-year-old sister, who thoroughly will actually enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
It's just something I'm not keen on doing.
Yeah, but I get that. That's for me. Last year I went out with my ex and her little cousins went trick or treating, and then our friend Pam was there. And they were also trick or treating with the girls, and I'm like, you guys are well over the age to do this, and they were just going right for it. And it's like, all right, more power to you guys. Good on ya.
Like,
Huzzah.
I don't think it's weird that anybody would do it. I just think it's not for me.
Fair
That's
enough.
about it.
Fair enough. What was the last? Well, how old were you the last time you actually went trick or treating just for you?
14.
14.
16.
Okay.
But I also had a 9-year-old and 6-year-old with me.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I was taking care of my sisters and walking them around. And then I also met up with some of my friends who had kids with them, so we all just went through like a huge group thing. We raided houses and pillaged.
Pillage. Yeah, see, that's part of the reason I stopped at 11, because I didn't have any younger siblings. So when I'm told, oh, you're too old to go trick or treating, I guess, well, fun's over.
I fall into a very weird category when it comes to people allowing me to trick or treat or not. Because you get half of the spectrum who are like, oh, you're so young, you can go trick or treating.
You do look like you're 9, for the most part.
That's creepy for a whole nother reason, but we'll get to that.
That's a burn. And a dead Greg.
So I get it on that spectrum, but then if I am wearing something that even slightly reveals any sort of curve, people realize, oh wait, she's not a child. And they take their candy back.
No, what are we, you're going to give us back our Snickers right now.
Just
And
take
then
the
you have a
rock.
Snickers on the rocks. Oh my god.
That sound.
What would a Snickers on the rocks be?
You want me to give you the recipe for Snickers?
I'm
on the
assuming
rocks?
it'd be Kahlua of some kind.
Yes, you have Kahlua, you have Bailey's. You can substitute either Kahlua or Bailey's for vodka if you do not like either one of those. Personally, I am a person of chocolate and coffee, and so that works really well with me.
Alright.
And then you would take your glass and you would line the inside and rim with Hershey's chocolate and Hershey's peanut butter. And then you pour in your ice, you pour in your drink mix, and you top that off with crumbled Snickers.
Okay.
And you can blend it, shake it, whatever your fancy.
Shaken, not stirred.
If I do a bartending show, will you be in it?
Yes, I
God,
will.
that sounds like a fun thing I want to do now. And with that recipe,
Still too young.
Kane, what's your topic?
Oh, alright, so topic I thought of before doing this was movies, like scary movies, Halloween movies, anything scary to do with Halloween. Now, I know there are a bunch of movies that come out that are scary, but they're not necessarily themed around Halloween. But I'm just going to include the entire spectrum of scary.
If you watch it to be scared, it counts as a scary movie.
Yeah, and I think that's what Halloween is. Well, half of it.
Oh my god, I'm a disgrace. Every Halloween, I have a binge movie marathon, and I haven't done that this year at all. I am a disgrace to myself.
It's not on
There's
you.
still time.
There's still time, but, busy day. I'll probably at least watch one thing tonight.
That can count. I think that can count.
Yeah.
So, Greg, what's your favorite scary movie? What's your favorite scary movie?
I would probably have to say either Paranormal Activity 2 or Halloween 4 or Return of Michael Myers. No? Nothing?
Paranormal 2?
Paranormal 2, yeah.
It's not even scary.
It's a little... Okay, jump scares. Jump scares really get me. That's the thing. That's my thing. Jump scares get me.
You're not going to have fun when we're playing Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, I'm aware of this.
By the way, for the people that are watching this, I am trained in CPR.
Oh my god, that's later. Yes, we're playing Five Nights at Freddy's later, Jimmy. You can, yes, we'll be
I'm
there.
so happy.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
I like the games too, and I saw your Foxy plush.
I have a Five Nights at Freddy's hat up there.
And
I have a wallet in the
Like-
car that's Five Nights at Freddy's.
That game really took off in the 2 months it was released.
Mhm.
Like, it was one of those indie games that's like, wow, it's gonna get a movie, and now it's got 3 books and 6 titles. There's a 6th one.
Yeah, we're already working on that.
Jesus, tap dancing kitten! Stop eating her skirt.
All right,
So okay, so
Paranormal-
why don't you like? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
So why don't you like the Paranormal Activity movies?
It's just not scary for me. I mean, the jump scares, they kind of catch me off a little bit, but after you see the first, second, or third one, anything else just takes away the value.
And
of it.
here's where I stopped defending those movies a long time ago. First one was amazing. It did so many things that no one else really done yet.
And it also had a very low budget.
That too, that was the really impressive part. The second one had a much better story. The second one you felt like was going somewhere. And to top all that off, the jump scare element. It got so many like the effects right that it needed to get right. I'm like, yes. And honestly, I love that movie more for the characters that are in it. But at the same time, I think it's a much... Okay, honestly, I think it's a much better movie now I'm saying it out loud. I think it's a much better movie than the first one, but the first one is scarier.
Yeah.
Well, see, the problem with that is that all the Paranormal Activities follow the same American trend of horror and the same trend of jump scare and in your face, and suddenly, boom, it is happening. You're scared, and then you come down from it.
Well, I do agree with that. There are also a lot of movies like Nightmare on Elm Street, the Friday the 13th movies, even the Halloween, which I love, Jigsaw, which actually I just went and saw, which I might talk about.
Ooh, go.
Well, just let me get past this point.
Got it.
They all follow that same basic principle that they were founded upon. Like Freddy Krueger, for whatever reason, still can't die. Which I think they might have finally found a way to kill him. I don't think it was holy water. I think you had to go inside his genetics, his brain. And
I'm sure we'll see him again in a few years.
yeah, probably.
So they
bitches never
stole
die.
it off of Rick and Morty.
Actually, those came first.
You shut your mouth. Actually, Rick and Morty ripped off Inception, and so fuck you. Scary Terry was not.
It's just
He sure says bitch a lot.
the thing.
Can we talk how great that show is just for a second? I love Rick and Morty.
Haven't watched it. Anyways, yeah, I feel the stares. I know. Shun me. That's fine.
Internet. Kane, what's your Twitter? What's your Twitter name?
I don't have one anymore.
Okay, well, find this fucker and just say bad words.
If
Okay,
it's any
sorry.
consolation, I'm still in season 1, so...
I've thought about picking it up. I just haven't found the time to.
There is a lot to watch.
Yeah, I know. Was it on season 7 or something?
3.
Season 3?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I give that a lot more credit than
First
most
two,
do.
first 2 seasons are on Hulu,
Oh really?
Yep.
I might be able to get a free trial.
and I own season 1.
Free trial just to watch it.
Yeah, I would do that. I think Hulu's worth the free trial at least.
So, I lost my train of thought.
This podcast is brought to you by Hulu.
No, it's not.
Same trend in
We are not sponsored.
same trends in movies.
So,
You can get sued for that. Careful.
you're talking about, how Freddy can't die, and...
Oh, it's just a lot of scary movies follow the same pattern. I think Paranormal Activity, while the first one was great, the second one's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's just that jump scare element. Even with the Five Nights at Freddy's games, I'll bring it back to that because that's the most the predominant thing I think about when it's jump scare. Because that game is literally about you just looking a couple directions and then, oh no, I fucked up. That's about what it is. After the first couple times of getting jump scared by the animatronics, they won't even face you anymore. You'd be like, you fucking fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you become immune to it. Your body just immediately registers and skips over the scare and goes into healing phase.
Yeah. Well, there are a couple of times that you'll let your guard up and you'll be like, there's no jump scare coming, and then all of a sudden, as soon as you let your guard down, one jumps up at you and they get you again. I felt like I was about to sneeze. Okay. It's just, I seriously just lost my train of thought again. Ugh.
You sneezed it out.
But the thing is, I didn't even sneeze. It's just something that gets old really quick. That's
Yeah.
my only problem.
I get that. And that's where the Paranormal Activity movies fall apart, because there was a shoestring of a plot through all the movies that kept changing, but the thing that stayed consistent was, oh hey, here's the same jump scare you just saw, but here's a different way of doing it. And it's like, okay, I'm really tired of this. And that franchise went out with a whimper as opposed to be like, yes! Because the fifth movie did a lot of explaining everything, and did a lot of finally putting all the pieces together. It was really good, and then it just ended with, okay, here's some stupid jump scare thing that really freaks you out. Bye now, everybody.
Okay, so still on the topic of like favorite movies, best scary movie, favorite Halloween movie. Grimm, what's yours?
Mine would either have to be The Ring, the original, or The Grudge. And why I bring those up specifically, it more has to do with the Eastern culture style of horror. Because they take a different route in scaring you. Not so much as it's a jump scare and everything is in your face at once.
It's just more suspenseful.
It's a more psychological build-up to it.
Okay.
It gives you, like in The Grudge, you hear that sound of the meow and you know that boy is going to be there. And with The Ring, you hear the telephone, you see the TV flick on. All those things build you up and you know what's coming, but you know to be afraid of it.
Okay. I get what you're saying. So, things like Final Destination. Where do you stand on that?
Final Destination to me was not scary, just because there are so many of them and they became overplayed, and it takes a lot to scare me. I'm one of those people who I will jump at the slightest noise in reality, but when I am sitting and watching a movie, I come into it with the expectation of, you have to be good, or you're not going to get me.
Yeah.
And so that's what takes a lot, and especially when a lot of the movies that have been mentioned so far have been slashers. Slashers don't get me. I like storylines. I love the Halloween series because I love the storyline, but...
In just a second, I'm talking about the Halloween series and how fucked up it is right now, but go ahead.
I'm not going to get into that. I'm talking about...
I want to, but you go ahead. I want to in a moment.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, the Greg train's about to leave the station.
But let the
How about
at
we
least
just
pull in first.
unhinge it right now, okay?
Why don't you talk about Halloween for a minute, okay? It's all...
Okay, so you guys were bringing up Final Destination, and the thing is, like, this is kind of the category I put it in. I put it in with like the Saw movies.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessarily scary. It's more like the suspense. Like Final Destination. You're like, oh, they all survived this unthinkable tragedy, and now there's some unknown entity, death, which actually is really scary, is coming after them, and you find out, you're like, okay, so they're going to die in some sort of order. How are they going to beat it? Are they going to beat it? It's just that suspense.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing with Saw, because Saw, it's like they all did something bad or terrible. Like the new one was great, honestly. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
Alright, fair enough.
But like they're put into these game, quote unquote, and it's just them trying to figure out ways to get out, like doing impossible tasks. It almost seems like stabbing themselves with needles to find a key, or getting out of a tornado blender run by a motorcycle. Spoilers.
Or getting Snickers on the rocks, I mean...
Yeah, that's pretty suspenseful too.
And see, that's where with me, the horror of movies gets lost on me, but then if we were to talk about video games, that is a whole nother ballpark.
Ooh.
Horror games
We could probably do a segment on video games as well. But see, for me, like hack and slashers, they've never scared me my entire life. Freddy was not scary to me. Jason, Friday the 13th, was not scary to me. Halloween, I love the storyline. I love everything about that movie. Or those movies, rather. But they just weren't scary to me. They were just something to watch. And after I've seen my mom watch Halloween H2O 700 times in a row.
It's so good, though.
It is, but my God,
You
man.
don't need to watch it that much.
Oh yeah, it's like my dad every Christmas watching all 24 hours of A Christmas Story on TBS.
Oh my God.
He would watch all... He would go to sleep and the TV would still be on. And my dad was the kind of guy, if you change the channel, he'd wake up and tell you to change it back.
Oh my God.
But yeah, there's just... I don't get that mentality.
I
The Halloween movies...
Yeah, go ahead.
They rub me the right and wrong ways so much. because there's so much retconning and rebooting and more retconning. Like, right now, they have a new one that's going to come out, where they're retconning every movie except the very first one. Halloween 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rob Zombie pieces of shit. Null and void. Gone. Not existing anymore. What the fuck? Like, they did this with Halloween H2O, where they retconned the 4, 5, and 6 movies, because 4, 5, and 6 were... they were interesting.
Yeah.
Like, the whole point of Halloween 4 was, okay, so Michael Myers knocked up his niece, she's dead, and there's this freaky cult. Got it. They're trying to kill the baby. Got it. They're like, okay, hey, let's retcon that whole thing, and let's just go back to the basics. And it's like, okay, cool, let's do that. And then they did something else different with Halloween Resurrection, and I'm like, okay, people didn't like that. Let's reboot it with Rob Zombie. And Rob Zombie did not...
The man's a genius, but I don't think he was very much a genius on those movies.
The first one was okay.
I've never seen the Rob Zombie Halloweens.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the first one's not terrible. The first one
You're pure.
is just a modern day take of Halloween. The second one is a giant steaming pile of horseshit.
Isn't that the one where they're like in the house and it's like a film crew?
No, that's Halloween Resurrection.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the Dangertainment crew.
Oh my god, that was terrible.
It wasn't awful. It just wasn't a good Halloween movie.
No, it was. If it
movie-
was a movie on its own, I think it would have done.
That movie is my perfect example of let's stop like fucking with existing shit and make new shit.
Yeah,
But
but that also raises the question, like, what happens when you run out of new shit?
well, what's the other thing they don't? They just keep putting in old shit. Like Jason X. No, let's make that a different movie entirely.
Oh my god, Jason X was dumb too.
Oh yeah, it was, but that's
In space? Are you kidding me?
It was a stupid movie, but it was a good movie.
The only thing I like about that movie is that scene where that one girl dies by getting stuck through a fucking vent that fell off the ground into space. Because it was like instant salami.
That movie is so bad.
You.
But Rob Zombie Halloween 2 is the one where Laurie's mad and screaming at everybody.
Oh, yep.
And like just teenage rebellion all the time, and she's still mad and screaming at everybody, and then she becomes Michael Myers at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then there's a horse. I'm not kidding!
Yeah.
She puts on the mask, she gets shot, and then there's a white horse. End of the fucking movie. It is so fucking bad.
Don't watch it. Save yourself.
What I plan to do.
Okay, so let's try and get off this rant because this is a whole nother podcast.
Graham, we derailed you. You were going to talk about video games for a second with this topic.
Well, video games. Horror video games that scared the fuck out of me. Resident Evil 7, Biohazard.
Fair enough. That game's fucking terrifying.
Outlast. 1 and 2.
Suspense. I'm telling you, it's the suspense factor, and that's what gets me, even in movies. That's why I like Saw and Final Destination so much. It's not because they're so up in your face scary. It's like, what the fuck is gonna happen scary?
Exactly. The Evil Within. That one was terrifying on a psychological
Have you played
spectrum.
Amnesia?
I have.
That's fucking
The
terrifying
first
as well.
time I sat and played Amnesia, and I remember there was this moment that we're sitting there and I drop into the water and I had no idea. No one told me, anything. And I'm sitting there and all of a sudden you just see this thing lunge at me through the water. I scream and jump. My cat, who is sleeping on my back, jumps up and you see his face contort in terror and he darts out of the room. And of course I am one of those people who always decides to play video games in the dark.
Oh yeah, you can't play a horror game
all by
unless it's in the
myself.
dark.
There was so many years of couch co-op. Left 4 Dead taught us that you cannot play it in the dark. You have to play it in the dark.
That game actually scared the shit out of me when I was younger.
Witches, dude. Also didn't help that I occasionally sneak by your house when you're sleeping and make the noise.
Yeah, that's night terrors.
I was a great friend.
Okay, so speaking of Amnesia for a second, so I picked up the collection. It was a bundle on PlayStation 4. It was like $20 for all 3.
That's $1 more than 19.
Thank you. Actually, it was $19.99, so I guess it was 1 cent. Anyways, so I decided to load up Justice because I tried playing the first one, which I think is... can't remember. And I remember in the first couple of minutes, I'm like, okay, what the hell am I supposed to do? Because I've never played them. I haven't even watched anybody play them, really. Maybe 1 or 2 people, but I never actually watched them do the entire game. It was always a segment or an episode. So you get to this part where it's like you're walking around in like this kind of jail dungeon type thing. It appears to be on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just a guy crying out, "Help me, I hear you." And so you trigger some sort of thing that appears when you walk past the halfway point and go into a cell. And I remember the first time watching that thing, like the screen started shaking, like my body started like freaking out. I already have pretty terrible anxiety, but like once that happened, I was like, what's happening? I was like, I have no idea. And then I saw this thing just creep across. It had like, almost looked like it had like a chain headgear thing on, like a torture device of some sorts. It kind of looked like a steering wheel, but it looks like it had like metal pieces. And it's just slinking past with another chain. And it looks towards where I'm at. I'm like, oh, no. And then it turns and it's like...
It's terrifying and it fucks with your head. The amnesia is about fucking with your head.
It literally is, because there's a mechanic in the game that if you're not in light, you'll slowly go insane. And there are only minuscule amounts of light. There may be a little thing at the top. You might be able to find a candle in the tinderbox. Like, actually, tinderbox is pretty common. It's just the candle.
Well, video games, movies, they're all insanely terrifying things. But you know what's not terrifying? Pledging to support LegoMyGregO TV over on Patreon.com. That's right, everybody. Did you know that you can help support programs like First World Problems, the podcast, over on Patreon.com/LegoMyGregO for as little as $1 a month, Cane. You can help support all the content that comes out of this channel, like this great show over here, and our videos where we do regular stuff. Pam hates video games. Jeremy the Broke Gamer. Fun stuff.
Why is he broke?
What broke? Oh, the pen? I have no idea. Oh, Jeremy.
Yeah.
He is a giant man-child. Spent all his money in video games. Dropped out of college.
Fair enough.
There's a tragic backstory about a football scholarship.
Oh. It's depressing.
Yeah, no, he doesn't focus on any of that. His focus is on him trying to pay for video games. That's all.
Hey, I guess power to you, but
Coming
some
soon.
way to live.
Coming soon to LegoMyGregO TV. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But you can... But yeah. Ow! Patreon.com/LegoMyGregO for $1 a month. You can help support us. If you don't have any bucks to give, that's cool. Support us over on LegoMyGregO TV over on YouTube. YouTube.com/GeneFilmsProductions. I hurt my knee pretty badly right there. That really hurts. It's still stinging. Graham, what's your topic?
Wow. Okay. So,
That really hurt.
Let's slow clap that,
You
because
fuckers.
that was way too fast.
I mean, I
You
guess she technically did give a topic. We were talking about exactly what she was going to talk about.
Oh, was that your topic?
I have another topic in
Oh, okay,
mind
yeah,
lined
good,
up, but
This podcast
Yeah.
needs to be longer
You
anyway.
fuckers jinxed me and I keep getting hurt. Continue. Graham, your topic.
That was completely of your own stupidity.
my topic is the price of Halloween costumes and how they go up
Mm-hmm.
tremendously during the time that you need them, and then they disappear when you don't.
Yep.
Fair enough.
We went to the Halloween store beginning of October roughly,
Mhm.
and a basic bitch Superman costume was like $60.
It was ridiculous. Everything else in there was jacked up. You know, you could get a cheap pair of gloves that you could buy any other time, you know, Hot Topic for $10. Gloves like this would be $35 at the Halloween store. $10 at Hot Topic.
I think the point of that is if you wait last minute to kind of buy your costume, I think that's kind of a punishment
Well,
anyways.
I wouldn't refer to the beginning of October as waiting until the last minute.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear that
Yeah,
part.
it was-
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, first thing, you know, Halloween store opens up, we were there. Second day they were open, we were there.
I was gonna buy a funny hat. She was gonna buy a Rainbow Bright dress.
Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow Dash, right? Same
Mm-hmm.
rainbow thing, right? Got it.
You said right instead of bright, but okay, go on.
I said what?
Nothing. Just
Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, and it's a common theme that they know they have a market for it, and they know that people are going to want it. So they place the price at whatever they want, and we have to pay it or make it ourselves. And for those of us, me, who suck at making things by hand, I'm not really left with an option in that matter.
Yeah. And see, that's where I'm a little lucky in the case that when I was growing up, my aunt and my dad made a lot of our costumes. Like one year I was Snuffy the airplane from JJ the Jet Plane.
Really?
That costume hurt a lot.
I would imagine it.
I was
probably
like 3. It was this giant cardboard thing. It was really cool. I was Prince Ali Aladdin one year. That was a homemade costume. That was
Prince
cool.
Ali.
Fabulous he Ali Ababa. Heard your princess was a sight lovely to see. We'll save the Disney sing-along for the next episode. but-
Yeah, stay tuned.
Halloween costume prices, though. Any thoughts, Kane?
Okay, so, honestly, I do think it's unfair. I at least think that you should be able to get them beforehand, like before Halloween, because, I mean, hell, people put the stores have Christmas decorations up right now. It's fucking October.
Oh my god.
They had them up since the beginning of September.
I can vouch for that. Morning meetings we'd have in Lawn and Garden.
So what's the problem with putting, like, Halloween in the middle, or, like, Halloween costumes in the middle of summer? I'm sure people would go buy them then.
Yeah,
A lot of kids are working summer jobs to have the money to afford them. Like,
yeah. Well, then, if you're like me, who does YouTube stuff and occasionally has to go get props from the fucking costume shop that's open all year long,
God, yes.
they cut their store in half, and they may have what you're looking for, but you can't go get it because it's on the closed off side of the store. Fun effects.
Yeah.
It just makes me very sad, especially as a cosplayer, because Halloween is supposed to be the best time for a cosplayer to go get what they need. And when an item that you're looking for is either always out of stock because they didn't stock it to begin with, though they had the audacity to put it up for display in their shop.
Yep.
By the way, I really am thinking about cosplaying as Crow.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I will fight you, bitch.
Yes.
I will fight you to be Crow.
I don't care.
I already have the items in my Amazon shopping cart.
I thought you were gonna be Ironwood.
No, I was gonna be Crow. You were gonna be Ironwood, you dumb fuck, remember?
No! Why the fuck would I be Ironwood?
You said you'd be Ironwood, and then you flipped on Comic-Con, so go fuck yourself.
I didn't flake on Comic-Con.
Bullshit!
I'm just gonna be over here sipping.
No, that was the year I was still in school. Maybe I did accidentally flake on Comic-Con.
Yeah, I can remember Ruby fan panel.
Right.
Had to do with strangers. Actually a very good panel. Doing it again next year because it was so much fun. What were we talking about?
Halloween.
Halloween cosplays.
Right.
I'm very sad that you can't find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
That's why things like Amazon are winning out to costume shops. To everything. Because you can find everything online.
Yeah, when I want something, I go to Amazon and I go to Etsy. If I can't find it all remade on Amazon, I have several Etsy shops that are skilled at what they do, and they make things for me from hand and to my specifications.
Does that include Grimm Enchantments, the online candlery from Grimm?
Well, if you're looking for candles to
Is
go
this
with your
another
cosplay,
shameless promotion?
it is.
Hers, though, so
It
it's
is,
fine.
and I don't do shameless promotions. I am a good person, and that's why I get nowhere in life.
Go buy her candles.
Bitches. Oh my god.
I won't be nice about it. Do they smell good?
They do. They smell amazing.
I can vouch for that.
I think that's all you need. Candles. How much?
Well, right now, I'm selling them for $15 a candle, and it's a 16-ounce thing of candles, so it's about the size of that one right there.
$15 for a candle that smells good.
And you can put it in a pumpkin. Oh my god, let's get a pumpkin tonight. There's still time.
Yes, there is.
Hey, let's go steal one from Walmart.
He means pay for it like a good citizen because we don't promote criminalism.
Of course. Why? I would never steal from a Walmart. Walmart has never wronged me in any way, shape, or form, and I am not bitter about anything. I would never steal from a Walmart.
So if you at home don't understand, he used to work at Walmart, so he has a bit of an underlying hatred for them, which is fair because I hate Walmart too. I didn't even work there.
I work at a Walmart, and I'm bitter about it, so...
So the bottom line is, don't work at Walmart.
So this is no longer the Halloween podcast.
This is the
We
Bitter
Are
at
Bitter
Walmart.
at Walmart podcast.
Oh my god, I could talk about that for hours. Where do I
Let's
start? Therapists. When I was a little boy,
I'm gonna break your ankle. Get your feet off of me.
I think that about sums up my topic.
Okay. Well, it was a good topic.
I think those.
It was.
You actually.
It's a valid
contributed, too.
argument because, yeah, costumes are overpriced. See, those people want to bitch that Christmas is overly commercialized, which it is, don't get me wrong. Halloween, I think, is worse in some ways.
Halloween is worse because of the fact that there's so much hype put up for it, and then you get a small window of time where it's, you know, everyone is let in, and it's like sharks going at chum.
Yeah, Christmas is a whole season.
It's a literal
Halloween's
Black Friday.
Halloween's one day. Yeah. What? Kitten, why are you wet? What did you get? What did you stick your butt in? I think you sat in a food bowl. I also shat in a food bowl. That'd be a whole other problem. Well, I think that will about wrap up this episode of First World Problems, the podcast, here on LegoMyGregO TV for Halloween. If you're going trick-or-treating with little kids, be careful. A lot of creepers out there. Stop bag snatchers. Don't be dicks. Don't poison candy. Don't put razor blades in apples.
Make sure you also bundle up, because I don't know where you
Oh
live.
my god, it's
It
so
is
cold outside.
Fucking freezing.
Why is Halloween in October? It's so fucking cold every year.
Yeah, I know. Well, I guess that kind of dissuades people from dressing up as slutty
that
nurses.
is a whole nother topic that I can talk about for hours.
Also, why is the hours of Halloween shrunk? When I was a kid, you could stay until 10 o'clock trick-or-treating. Now it's 5 to 8. You can trick-or-treat.
Criminals, yo.
Fair enough. Okay, well, those are my closing thoughts. You guys have anything else? Candy? Snickers on the rocks?
Snickers on the rocks.
Scary movies?
We are gonna make
mail
some...
all your Three Musketeers to me. If you're not a fan, I'll take them.
Kane's a Three Musketeers fan. Grimmy, anything else?
Or Kit Kats. I also.
Kit Kats, Twix, Reese's.
Anything Reese's, send my way. Well, I think that'll wrap us up. That will do it, guys. You can check out Grimm over on her Facebook page, her Patreon, Grimm Enchantments. You can find Cane
on Google.
Probably we're redirected to this channel.
Probably. I haven't done YouTube in a while, so.
We're gonna be streaming today on Twitch for a while. We're gonna be playing all kinds of fun games. These two are gonna be here. I'm gonna be here. Maybe some special guests. Probably not, but maybe some special guests. I don't know. Probably not. But there won't be special guests.
The live stream is pretty much gonna be Greg getting freaked out at animatronics.
Fuck you. We're gonna play some Five Nights at Freddy's. I will not. I'll be fine. I will be fine.
You don't have any strategy
I have
towards the game.
amnesia on my computer.
We can stream Amnesia. I have Outlast on Xbox. Fuck! So yeah, that'll do this. LegoMyGregO TV, check us out. Check us out on Patreon. Help support this channel with money. You get things for it.
What do they get?
Well, at the $2 level, you can submit a topic to First World Problems, the podcast, which gets first priority over Facebook submissions. At $5, you're a Patreon producer. And there's a third thing that I can't remember because all my Patreon tiers are so fucked right now. It's
You
like,
get things a week early in your audio podcast.
Right, well, the audio podcast is now free for everybody, but yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. You get to hear my voice.
My Patreon's so fucked.
Through your earlobes into your ear canal, hitting off eardrums and...
So until next time, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
That's good timing, so wrap up.
Wait, what's happening?
I gotta go.
Okay. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Alright. I gotta go.
Groceries?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, real quick.
Have fun.